Building AI applications in 2025, you're probably drowning in different LLM APIs, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, all with different formats and authentication. OpenRouter and LiteLLM both promise to solve this chaos, but they take completely opposite approaches. One's a plug-and-play SaaS, the other gives you total control. Let's figure out which one fits your stack. Quick context. These are LLM Gateway's middleware that sits between your application and model providers. OpenRouter is a managed SaaS platform with over 500 models accessible through a single API endpoint. You sign up, get a key, and start routing requests immediately, zero infrastructure on your side. LiteLLM is an open source gateway you deploy yourself. It's a Python SDK and proxy server that gives you complete control over your LLM operations, with support for 100 plus providers. Same problem, fundamentally different philosophies. Deployment model. This is the core split. OpenRouter is pure SaaS, no servers to manage, no infrastructure to maintain, all updates, scaling, and operations handled by their team. LiteLLM requires you to deploy and manage your own infrastructure. You're running it on your cloud provider, your on-premise servers, or locally. Complete control, complete responsibility. Model access and routing. OpenRouter provides access to over 500 models with intelligent routing built in. You can use shortcuts like Nitro to automatically route to the fastest provider, or Floor for the cheapest option. Their autorouter can pick the best model for each request based on your preferences. LiteLLM supports 100 plus providers with sophisticated routing strategies, simple shuffle, least busy, usage-based, and latency-based routing. The difference is, LiteLLM's routing is completely customizable through configuration files, while OpenRouter's is turnkey. Load balancing and reliability. Both handle load balancing and automatic failovers, but differently. OpenRouter manages this transparently. If a provider fails, traffic automatically shifts to healthy alternatives with zero code changes. LiteLLM gives you granular control through YAML configs. You define priority orders, set per deployment rate limits, configure fallback chains, and customize retry logic. For example, you can set deployment order equals 1 as primary and order equals 2 as fallback with exponential backoff for rate limits. Cost structure reality. OpenRouter charges a 5.5% fee when you purchase credits, minimum $0.80, or 5% if you bring your own keys. No markup on token prices, you pay provider rates plus the platform fee. On $100K monthly spend, that's roughly $5,500 yearly in gateway fees. LiteLLM is free and open source. You pay zero gateway fees only, your infrastructure costs, typically $50,500 monthly depending on scale, plus provider token costs. At high volume, self-hosting becomes significantly cheaper. Observability and monitoring. OpenRouter provides basic activity dashboards with usage tracking and cost monitoring through their web interface. LiteLLM offers deeper observability through integration with external tools. You can pipe logs to Langfuse, MLflow, or your existing monitoring stack. It tracks spend per project, per team, per API key, with complete request, response logging if you enable it. Budget and access control. LiteLLM excels here with policy as code. You define spending limits, rate limits, and access controls in YAML configuration files versioned in Git. Set per project budgets, per team allocations, or per API key limits. Track token usage with granular breakdowns. OpenRouter offers organizational management and budget tracking through their dashboard, but it's less programmatic. Privacy and data residency. Critical difference. OpenRouter offers zero data retention routing. You can configure requests to only hit providers that don't store prompts. But your traffic still flows through OpenRouter's infrastructure. LiteLLM keeps all data on your infrastructure. Sensitive prompts never leave your VPC or on-premise network, essential for regulated industries or strict data residency requirements. Setup speed versus flexibility. OpenRouter wins on speed, literally 2 minutes from sign up to first API call. Copy an API key, change your base URL, done. LiteLLM requires Docker setup, configuration files, and infrastructure knowledge. But that investment buys you complete customization, custom routing logic, complex fallback strategies, integration with existing auth systems, and full control over data flow. Enterprise features. OpenRouter offers SSO, organizational management, and support channels. LiteLLM provides SSO, comprehensive user management, GitOps integration, and can be deployed behind your own VPN with custom security policies. Choose OpenRouter if you need rapid integration, want zero infrastructure management, value broad model access out of the box, or run a small to medium scale operation where convenience outweighs cost at scale. Choose LiteLLM when you need strict data residency controls, have engineering resources for self-hosting, want to avoid gateway fees at high volume, require deep customization of routing logic, or need policy as code governance. Many teams actually start with OpenRouter for prototyping, then migrate to self-hosted LiteLLM at scale when gateway fees become material and data control becomes critical. Which deployment model fits your architecture? Drop your use case below. Subscribe for more infrastructure comparisons that actually matter.